learning to love yourself.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello and welcome to the new format of the Hopefulist. Thank you for joining me. I am going to continue to give you your daily dose of inspiration and positivity via social media. So if you are not following me on Facebook or on Instagram, please do at The Hopefulist. Plenty and plenty of information and oodles of inspiration there every single day throughout the day. But in order to achieve long-lasting and fulfilling happiness, the first thing we have to do is to stop hating ourselves. Do you hate yourself? I spent a lot of time hating myself throughout many years. So we have to figure out how to stop doing that. And then we have to learn how to like ourselves and then eventually move on to loving ourselves. I know sometimes it sounds like an impossible task, but trust me, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So the quote of the day today is, your soul will never be fully nourished by anyone's love but your own. And that is what we are going to concentrate on today. It is what we are going to focus on for the entire week. And I've got all kinds of information and quotes and articles that I'm going to be sharing with you throughout this entire week. Today's topic is, you are not your mistakes. You are so much more than your mistakes. Now, I once did something truly awful to a friend of mine. I was so ashamed for so long, and it really affected the way I felt about myself. It even affected the way I treated myself. I was in my early 20s. Thank you, email. I do appreciate that. I was in my early 20s. I hung out with a couple a majority of the time. It had been the three of us for about a year or so, and sometimes I would just hang out with one or the other. One time we were up late and drinking, and to this day I'm still not sure how it exactly happened, why it exactly happened, but my friend or my friend's boyfriend leaned in to kiss me while she was in the other room. Now, I am proud to say that initially I pulled back in shock. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. But then I left the house to go for a walk, and he followed me. And then by the end of the night, we had kissed several times. Nothing more than that, but that was bad enough. And the worst part was my friend was back at her house not expecting a thing. Not suspecting a thing. My friend and I never spoke of the incident again until one day I blew the lid on the whole thing. It was months later. The two of them were fighting, and he was making accusations against her. I thought to myself that even if she did do what he accused, then he was no better. I knew he had done the same with me. I guess it made me mad. I guess I had a guilty conscience. I did know that I wanted to give her the power back in the situation. I wanted her to know all the information I knew about him while defending herself. So I told her. As you can imagine, she freaked out. She went into the other room to confront him. I could hear him saying, "What?" Like I would kiss Wendy, as if the thought was revolting to him. By the way, this is one of the many reasons women are hesitant to come forward with allegations of sexual abuse, for fear of being ridiculed. Anyway, the crap hit the fan, and I was asked to leave. A couple of months later, I heard they got back together. Then a few months after that, she reached out to me. She was willing to forgive. She told me that if she could forgive him, then she could forgive me. We picked up our friendship again, and it was rough at times, but we all got close again. To this day, I hate when I see a couple hanging out with a single person. I know every situation doesn't end up like mine, but it can happen so quickly. Because honestly, I had never had a thought like that about him until that moment. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I was attracted to him. He was a good-looking guy, but never thought about him other than a friend. I realized later that up until that point, he was someone I had a lot of respect for. I was forever single at the time, and the attention from someone I liked and respected so much made me feel really good about myself. Of course, I did the wrong thing, and I'm forever grateful that my friend forgave me. Forgiving myself, though, was a whole other story. For a very long time, I couldn't get that betrayal out of my head. Good people didn't do that to their friends, so obviously, I wasn't a good person. I already didn't like myself, and this made it so much harder to overcome that problem. Years and years later, I was still holding myself accountable for that incident. Long after they had gotten married, started having babies, and are still married to this day, I felt I didn't deserve happiness because of what I had done. I didn't think about it consciously at all times, but it was always there in the back of my mind. I was judging myself, and I felt I deserved to be treated harshly. But if a friend of mine would have done the same thing, I would have had a lot more compassion for them, especially after hearing the thoughts and feelings tied up in it. I would have said, yeah, it was the wrong thing to do. You got wrapped up in yourself for a moment. You even came clean. Now you know better. Now you will do better. One horrible mistake doesn't make you a horrible person. We are all human. Some mistakes are no big deal, and others are a big freaking deal. But it doesn't mean you are a monster and never deserve happiness. When you make a mistake, you try to make amends and then learn from it. We all have moments where we aren't pleased with ourselves, sometimes more than others, but we all make mistakes. I still have a hard time talking about this because I'm so ashamed, even 30 years later. But that shame isn't serving me. In fact, it's hurting me. It's holding me back. Not so much anymore, but it did for a very long time. What turned out to be a blip in their relationship is something that I punished myself for year after year. Even if she never wanted to be my friend again, I doubt she would have wished for a lifetime of misery on me. After the initial anger wore off anyway. My point is, hopefully, that we are all possible of making a terrible mistake. Something that may fill you with shame. But do what you feel is right after that. Let the chips fall where they may, but learn from the experience. You know not to do that again, but punishing yourself and taking on the monster persona is not going to help anyone, least of all you. Is there something that still gnaws at you? Is there someone you can tell? There's so much freedom in getting things off your chest. It's truly healing. I'm here to tell you, you are not a monster. You are not a horrible person. And in spite of your mistakes, you deserve to be happy. I finally found my happiness, and I want you to as well. But you have to learn to like yourself first, and then love yourself. I know it can sound like something that is impossible for you because, like I've said, I've been there. But that truly is the key. So look at yourself. What is there that you do like? There's always something. Maybe it has something to do with your appearance, or are you the best mother, aunt, spouse you can possibly be? Do you kick ass at work? Do you have a cool car? Whatever it is, focus on that. Focus on what you love about those things and find more ways to bring those things you like to you. As the days go by, discover more things you like about yourself or more things that you can include on that list. Start a hobby, craft, join a group. Do something that you are good at so you can feel good about yourself. But let's start with you. The you sitting there listening to this right now. Are you on your way to work? Yay for you. You have a job and you're bringing in money. Are you taking a walk? Look at you taking care of your health. What are some of the physical attributes you like about yourself? Pick three things right now. Right now, I want you to pick 3 things that you like about yourself. Start focusing on them. Give them a little extra attention. Fawn over them and luxuriate in them. I'll start. I like my hair. It often doesn't do what I want it to do, but every once in a while, all those curly locks just fall perfectly into place. And then I take a lot of pictures. I have pretty nails, so I make sure to take care of them and make them look pretty. And I used to have this really nice curve to my stomach. I'm still working very hard to uncover that again and then reward it and myself with a 2-piece this summer. Now you go. I know you can find 3 little things. Think it over. 3 little things that you like about yourself. This is how you start. Obviously, there is so much more, but this is how you begin. And it gets easier and more fun from here. Now, I was able to uncover an article on ways to love yourself this year. 10 ways to love yourself more this year. I'm just going to go over the bullet points. I did post this on the group page, so you can go and peruse the whole list at your convenience. But the first thing is to get to know yourself. How well do you really know yourself? Number 2 is talk to yourself as a child, or I would say talk to yourself as you would to your best friend or your child. Number 3 is to forgive yourself. You need to forgive. We are not our mistakes. Number 4, treat yourself like you treat your loved ones. Sounds so simple, yet so few of us do it. Number 5 is say no when you mean no. Don't let people rope you into things you don't want to do. Number 6, care about nutrition. Start nourishing your body. It's the vessel that gets you through life. And that goes for nutrition off the plate as well. What do they mean by that? They mean social media. They mean watching trashy television shows. They mean reading trashy books. Feed your mind with good stuff. Number 8, play more. Take up pickleball. It's super fun. I know I love pickleball. Number 9, keep promises to yourself. Does that sound familiar? Yes, I've been harping on that for a very long time. And finally, number 10, become more you. Become more you. We spend so much of our lives trying to be accepted, prove ourselves, that is, to other people and blend in, that sometimes we stop prioritizing our truest self. So stop being afraid to show your true self to other people, because, some people won't like you. Some people won't like seeing the real you. Some people don't like the fake you either. So you might as well be you and have the people around you that really want to be around you, that should be around you, or continue to fake it and have people around you that don't really know you or understand you. So a little bit there on self-love. I hope that you are enjoying the new format of the Hopefulist. Like I said, keep your eye on social media. So much more to come. One of the benefits of cutting down on the podcast is it's going to give me a lot more time to focus on other things, such as social media and finding awesome information for you to help you through whatever the topic is that we have for this week. So get on out there, start loving up on yourself, take those 3 things that you thought about earlier and start appreciating them, lavishing your love on them, and you will discover more to love. If you like today's podcast, please leave me a review or screenshot the episode and share on social media with your friends. I'll be your best friend. Use the hashtag Hopefulist. Now, I hope you found something to feel good about yourself. Hold your head up high and show off that feature. Your homework for the week. Find something new about you or your life that you love every day. Find at least one thing every day. Then focus on those things. Lavish your love, affection, and gratitude on them. So march on out to the rest of this week and have a badass week, because you know why? You are badass. And I'm still here cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
You can do it. You can love yourself.